Perfect.
Okay. Sorry about the buffering. Not sure.
Kathy, the audio is a problem too. There's no audio.
Kathy, can you share your sound? We haven't heard anything.
Denise, can you hear it now? So Denise, could you not hear that? Denise?
Sorry. I'm not sure if it's your headset or did you actually click the share computer sound?
Yeah.
Okay. So it may be your headset
Okay.
that's preventing us from hearing.
Did you not hear the first one either? Oh,
You didn't
I'm
hear
so
anything.
sorry. It may be my headset. I'm just having a hard time because it's so loud in my neighborhood right now, but I'll unplug it and see if that helps.
Okay.
All right, let me start again then with the first one. I am so sorry. And I didn't hear you trying to, because I had it turned up so loud.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody heard anything.
Let me try this again then. I apologize.
Okay. Nope, no problem.
This is what's so great about technology.
I know.
Can you hear now? Okay.
Welcome to Sansepolcro! Woo!
There's going to be a test later. Just kidding.
Ciao! Welcome to the Palazzo Alberti, Meredith College's home in Sansepolcro, Italy. Come along with me and I'll show you around. Right this way. Our first stop is the academic floor where we put the study and study abroad. Here we take classes, study, and do research. This is our classroom. Depending on your program, you might take classes like Italian, Gen Ed, or even courses that count towards your major. This is one of the Palazzo's lounges where you can come to study, do homework, read, or do whatever you need to do. This is Sara Andreini's office, our on-site coordinator. She lives here in Sansepolcro. She's a big help to us during our time here in Italy.
Benvenuti al Meredith College.
This is our room. We have a computer, printer, and books that you can use to research for your travel breaks. Now we're headed to the third floor where I'll show you our living spaces. This is our dining area where we eat most of our meals, and as you can see, also do work. And off of the dining area is our student kitchen, where you can make your own meals and store your own food. We are currently in Chef Margarita's kitchen, where she prepares our delicious Italian meals. This is my room, which is similar to all the other rooms in the Palazzo. Typically, several of us will share a room. Don't worry, there's plenty of space for your belongings, so you'll feel right at home here. This is the green room, where we have movie night, play games, do homework, and just relax. This is the piano room, where you can take a second to come in here and have quiet alone time or even meditate. Don't worry, we also have a laundry room where you can wash your clothes and hang them to dry. The Palazzo also has a faculty apartment and rooms for RAs. Because of our great location here in Sansepolcro, we really feel like a part of the community. Thanks for joining me on the tour of the Palazzo. I hope you study abroad with us soon. Arrivederci.
Then the last one is our 10th anniversary celebration. That was just last fall. Seems like it's coming on. Okay, this time. I'm so sorry, my computer keeps freezing and I don't know why. There we go.
History. So we are really glad this building is still living.
All right, and we have one more. This is a special one that Sara Andreini and Antonio, who teaches Italian at Meredith, one that they prepared for us. And I think you're going to enjoy it. Let me go there.
Sansepolcro, the typical medieval town in the heart of Tuscany. Small, cozy, homey. Known for art, history, music, and like the rest of Italy, food and wine as well. We had Pier della Francesca, the famous 3D prospective genius, Guido d'Arezzo, the inventor of musical note, Luca Pacioli, the godfather of accountants, and many others. But what is it like to live there? Why having breakfast at home when you can go out, meet your friend, and enjoy a nice breakfast together? So let's go. Starting from Palazzo Alberti, there's no need for a car. You can walk everywhere. So let's walk to the bar for breakfast. The Italian bar is different than its American counterpart. It's not only for drinking cocktails, but it's more like a cafe. You can read a newspaper, having a conversation, meet your friend, or just drink your cup of espresso. Italian breakfast is small and sweet, pasta and cappuccino. When I say pasta, I don't mean pasta, but I mean pasta. And of course, cappuccino, which is the main ingredient of breakfast. And actually, we only drink it for breakfast, never after. All the generation gathered there, old people and kids, and us. But the most important thing you can do at the bar is having breakfast. But how can you order your Italian breakfast at the bar? Let's ask our Italian teacher. Ciao Antonio, come va?
Oh, ciao, come va? Tutto bene?
Molto bene. Io e le mie amiche di Meredith volevamo chiederti come si ordina una colazione al bar?
Oh, è un piacere rispondervi. È molto facile in realtà. Si fa così.
So, the first thing to say as soon as you enter in a new place is buongiorno if it's morning and buonasera if it's afternoon or early evening. After this, you can get to the bar and say vorrei un caffè. Vorrei more or less means I would like to have. Un caffè is a coffee, and you can close it with per favore, which means please.
After breakfast, we can go shopping. Shall we go to the mall? No, not really. Let's go to Mercato. Mercato takes place on Tuesday and Saturday in the town center. You can find everything from flowers to home supplies and their clothes, shoes, food, pets, and many, many other things.
Scusi, quando costano?
35 euro.
You can have fun bargaining down the price until the seller gets exhausted. Antonio, how can we bargain in Italian?
Quanto costa?
What is that?
How much is it?
Yes, but what are the magic words?
If you want to bargain for the price, a sentence that might be helpful is è troppo caro, which means it's too expensive. Then you can try to ask for another price. Always remember to be polite and not exaggerate too much. Another thing that is super helpful in bargaining is knowing the numbers, of course. Numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20,
Okay,
30,
that's enough for
40,
now.
50.
Grazie.
Prego. I mean, you're welcome.
Bargaining, shopping, and strolling can be exhausting. So it's time for gelato. Gelato is one of the food Italian best traditions. Most Italians have it once a week at least. You can enjoy choosing your favorite flavors among stracciatella, nocciola, cioccolata, crema, fragola, limone, menta, pistachio.
Pistacchio.
Yes, of course, teacher. Pistacchio.
You know the CH thing and everything?
Yes, of course. I'm Italian. In the evening, you can enjoy the traditional passeggiata, a casual stroll through the town center. People in town like to dress up for passeggiata. When you had enough working, you can sit down in one of the bars for an aperitivo.
She had never seen traffic lights, lifts or escalators or letters of strawberries in the mouth, so like entertainers. She had never seen traffic lights, lifts or escalators or letters of strawberries in the mouth, so like entertainers. Vanilla, strawberry, Knickerbocker glory, vanilla, strawberry, Knickerbocker glory, vanilla, strawberry, Knickerbocker glory. I saw the ghost, me Savaroni.
Aperitivo is that magic moment when you have finished working, but you aren't ready to go home yet. You just want to sit down, loosen your tie, and relax with your friend. And it's easier to do it while tasting some crostini or bruschette with gorgonzola cheese and local salami, and a glass of red wine or a spritz. Or you can go traditional with a Campari. I hope you had fun experiencing Sansepolcro with us, and we hope to see you again. Ciao, a presto.
Vanilla, strawberry, Knickerbocker glory, 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 vanilla, strawberry, Knickerbocker glory.
Ciao, a presto.
If you see your state, you can register to vote online right now. It takes only 2 minutes. Make your voice count. Register to now at readytovote2020.org.
So there weren't any questions in the chat, but I think that Sara, maybe you can talk about when y'all did this video.
Yes, the video was made 2 weeks ago. So of course we were wearing a mask, as you have seen in the video. And in Italy right now, we have to wear a mask when you are inside. So if you are inside a bar or a coffee place, a shop, of course you wear a mask. And even outside, if it's not, if you can't maintain the social distance. you're supposed to wear a mask. So that's why you are seeing all the bar owners, for example, wearing masks. Me and Rebecca, my friend, we were wearing a mask when we went inside the bar. Of course, when we were sitting outside, we didn't wear it. But that's the reason. I've seen in the chat that you were asking about it. Yes.
So there is a question about the study subjects there in the Palazzo, and do they include fine arts?
I can answer that, Sarah, if you want. It depends on the semester, and it depends on what we're offering in the summer. Under normal circumstances, we have both a fall and a spring semester. And it depends on the faculty and residence director. There will be one faculty member during the semester from Meredith's campus that accompanies the students and who teaches their subject matter. For instance, in the spring, should we have a program going in this coming spring, Beth Mulvaney, who's actually on this Zoom, who is head of the art department here at Meredith, will be teaching. And so, of course, she'll be teaching art history because that is her area of expertise, and what better place than Italy for her to be there. So it does depend on the faculty member. Next spring, 2022, we have two faculty from the History and Politics department who will be focusing on Italian history and politics and how it relates to the US. So it does depend on the subject matter of the faculty and residents. In the summers, we have several programs. We have every other year we'll have education, either the teaching fellows or graduate education programs. We currently have business and marketing programs. We have what we call a general education program every summer that will be taking a faculty member and another faculty member, and one of them will be teaching whatever is a general education course, and we have lots of them. This coming summer, we're hoping that we'll be going, and one of the teachers from the exercise and sports science will be teaching a course, and that will fulfill those requirements for general education. But it does depend on the faculty's area of expertise. But we do have programs from May through August, or through the beginning of August, every summer. And those will vary, as I said, some are every other year, like the education programs and the interior design program. And, so they sort of rotate, but every single summer we have the general education. And for the general education program, that will depend on the faculty member who's going. But we try to sort of balance it out so that we can attract students and so that they can fulfill lots of their general education requirements, both for the semester and for the summer. I hope that answers that question, but please follow up if it didn't.
So we did have an alumna, I think, who highly recommends the art history study abroad program. So she must have done that with Beth.
Yes.
Another question that we had, I'm going to combine these two, I think, were the student sessions postponed or canceled due to travel restrictions, and how has COVID impacted the program?
Well, it's definitely impacted the program. As you know, or you may not know, but the CDC and the State Department have strict travel restrictions for every American now. I know I just had a friend whose father-in-law passed away in Germany, and they had to go through the State Department in order for their family to be able to attend the funeral service. So it's because, our numbers in the US are up. The EU also has a restriction on all American tourists, so we're not able to go to an EU country at present time. And Sarah, do you want to talk in particular about how that's affected you or how that's affected Italy?
I mean, of course, we had to cancel all the program during in the summer and also the full semester. And I mean, all the American programs in Italy have been canceled at this point. So we couldn't have any American students studying in Italy right now. And this is a huge impact, of course, even in a small community as Sansepolcro. So I have had a lot of friends and people in town asking me when the Meredith students will be back. And of course, everybody is waiting for the Americane to be back in town and work in the local school as we have done before. But I mean, we know that we will have to wait till for better times. So.
Yeah, it's hard because, of course, you know, if I'd known last year at this time when I was teaching in the semester program that we wouldn't be there for another year and beyond, I wouldn't have believed it. So, you know, it's definitely put the brakes on, but we, you know, health and safety is our utmost concern for all of our students who study abroad, and for that matter, for any of the alum programs that we have. So we have to wait until restrictions are lifted and, you know, that we have plans in place for travel and study abroad.
So Georgianne, does that answer your question about alums being able to travel?
Hi, Georgia.
Also, we have a question about the, I guess it's the art history program. Does it include art in practice? This is from an alumna of 94.
I think it depends on the course that's being taught.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me, Beth, I'm going to unmute you, okay? Beth Mulvaney. Or I'm asking you to unmute.
Hi, Kathy. Yes, and I just answered Camille. It does depend on the faculty member, and I told her that we have had faculty in the past and those that are hopeful for the future. But Shannon Johnstone has done photography in Sansepolcro several years, semester programs and summer programs. Holly Fisher, who was doing a gender and image course, was slated for last summer, but she'll be coming up in the future. And Emily Howard, who is an art education specialist and a fiber artist, she's coming up sometime in the future. So it does happen. And of course, we had many years of Maureen Banker living in Sansepolcro, who also taught studio art there.
Definitely. Thank you. Sorry to.
It's okay.
Use spontaneously. But hopefully that answers the question. Any other questions?
So, yes, sir. John Rose.
May I say something? Is that what he's wanting to do?
Yes, he wants to. Can you unmute everybody, Kathy?
I can.
And then he can talk. Sorry, we didn't do that. We should have.
Yep.
Okay, John, you're on.
Not according to my, I just wanted to say that, like everybody else, I love Sansepolcro, and I want to know how they are getting on there, because it's a small town, and I imagine their economy is in a very bad way, and I wonder if the shops are surviving, and if the town is surviving, because you all are very friendly people, and you like doing a passeggiata and all that sort of thing. And is all that still going on? And are you keeping more cheerful than we are in the United States?
Ciao, Sara. Ciao, Betty.
Sarah.
So we are surviving. Of course, the COVID has hit the town, and of course there are. You can see there there are shops that some of them are closed. They are not reopened in the main street, in the courts. But I mean, from what I can see, people are trying to resist and hold on. And the town, what they have done, for example, is to help the owner of shops, restaurant, and cafe with reducing the taxes that they have to pay. And so this was a great help for them immediately after the lockdown. And also for the bar and the restaurant in town, the town council, they have allowed them to have more space outside. Okay, because we are, of course, there are some restriction inside. For example, how many people can stay inside in a restaurant or in a room, in the bar. And so the town council, they have allowed to all the restaurants in Sansepolcro and the cafe to have more space outside where they can put table so that people can sit outside and they do not have to pay for that space. So right now, Sansepolcro is, especially in the evening, it's really funny because not just in the main street, but outside along the Viali or in Via Giunti, the one where is the Museo Civico, is closed to traffic, the street, because there are all these tables outside in the street. So that was really nice during the summertime and also in September. I don't know how they can do now that I mean, it's getting colder and it's raining, and of course people are no more staying outside, but they will have to go back inside.
I know that Steph is one of those who's opened up a huge area and the parking lot. Steph, who owns the wine shop that many of you have, you know, had the privilege of meeting and going into her shop and having her come to the Palazzo and doing a wine tasting and so forth. But she, I know she's never been busier, according to what she's told me, which is great that they've allowed at no cost for you to expand so that you can have more outside for businesses.
Yes, and since Steph place is really small one, she needed more space outside.
Yeah. Otherwise, teeny tiny. Yeah.
But you know what? Food and wine are still, I mean, things that the Italians, they are still looking for. So the restaurant or the wine bar, they are still full of people.
Good. That's good. It's very good. Thank you very much. That's good.
Thanks for asking, John. Hi, Betty.
Hey, Kathy.
So we do have a question. This is for everyone. Are there any students on this Zoom who participated in the program recently? And I think this was advertised mainly to alums, Carolyn. So I don't know if there's any alumni who might be on who recently studied abroad in Sansepolcro.
I think it depends what recently means. I have seen 2 of them.
Okay, yeah. Who were they, Sarah?
Oh, Emma and Katie Martin.
Okay. Hi, Sara.
Yeah.
Emma, when were you there?
2010.
Okay.
And hi, Sara. Katie's here too, with baby.
Ciao.
Oh.
Oh, look.
Unmuted. So
Yes.
just
And when were you there, Katie?
2013, fall.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I'm another Katie. I was there in 2010 as well.
Okay, good. Thank y'all for being on.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth asked if the Hotel Magi has been reopened?
No, not yet. They were working on it, but then because of the COVID, they stopped any kind of work. And right now, from the outside, I mean, they are not back working, honestly. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice place, and it's one of the best location in town.
So Susan is asking, is it possible to rent a room there without being on a tour or study group?
Rent a room in the Palazzo?
Susan, yes, Susan, you might have to clarify that question. Is that in the Palazzo? Yes, she says.
It is possible if there is someone, well, first of all, if restrictions have been lifted, but that's a given, right? But yes, it is possible to rent a room in the Palazzo. We've had alums and guests there. It does need to be when the Palazzo is open. The Palazzo is not open in August, for instance, and it is closed over the holidays from early December until late January or early February on most years. So, but it is definitely possible. You would just need to contact me and I can type into the chat room what my email address is. And then we would go from there. But we have had alums that I think enjoyed visiting.
So are there more questions or any comments that anyone wants to make?
Oh, John has another one.
No, it's not a question, it's an answer, really. If you can't stay in the Palazzo, there are some really lovely places to stay because we have 2 or 3 times rented an apartment. There are some wonderful apartments, and they're so comparatively cheap compared with anywhere else, and really lovely medieval places. You may have to walk upstairs, or they may have quite funny elevators, but don't think that the Palazzo is the only possibility. I mean, the hotels are very cheap, Maggia, etc., compared with hotels in most places, and really lovely. And you're right in the middle of the town, so you can walk anywhere in 2 or 3 minutes, just as you can from the Palazzo. Don't think that the Palazzo is the only place you can stay, because it just isn't. Although it's lovely if you can stay there.
And I'm happy to also help with that. I've had people contact me before if the Palazzo wasn't available, because sometimes it's too full. For instance, last fall we had our largest group studying abroad with 15 students, and so it was not possible to have guests. But there, Fiorentino's is one that has a lovely, I think it's 4 rooms up above the restaurant. I think many of you, if you've been to Sansepolcro, have eaten there. So it's John's right. There's lots and lots of places to stay there for a few days or a few months. I'm for the few months right now.
Yeah.
So we have another question from Carolyn. Has the Italian government or EU provided any economic relief packages for the Italian people?
Yes, definitely. Sarah, can you talk about Cassa Integrazione?
Yes, I don't know what is the English word for Cassa Integrazione. Or do you have any?
If you're stuck in your house, you're getting some money for not being able to leave. That's the only thing I can think of.
What the Italian government has done since the starting of the COVID, because we were in a lockdown, a very strict one since the beginning of March, was to help people who couldn't go to work. And the help means that the Italian government is paying something like, without taxes, the 60% of your own salary, because you can't go back to work because of the COVID. Okay, this was a measure, an extraordinary one taken during the lockdown that has been extended also to all, at the end of the lockdown, to all the workers that can't go back to work because their job is, I mean, there's no job. So, for example, okay, thinking of myself, okay, I'm one of the person that is now in Cassa Integrazione for the Italian state, okay, as the people who are working for the travel agency, for example, okay, since you can just travel around in Italy and in the European Union, but so the travel agency, for example, the workers there, they are receiving a part of their salary from the Italian state. And this measure will maybe will end at the end of this year, so in December. We don't know because they keep postponing it. So, and this is a huge help for the workers. I think that this is the first time that this measure has been taken for such a long period of time.
So another question, Sarah, is did the annual festa happen or was it canceled? Have they canceled those?
No, the balestra, you mean?
The balestra?
No, the balestra happened in...
I saw it on Instagram.
Yes, happened in the piazza, in the main square. Of course, was with a restricted number of people watching it. And was less than half of the usual people that usually go to the balestra. Right. And Sansepolcro won. So we won, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't go because I couldn't have the ticket.
And then,
and of course, this year was, I mean, was just the balestra, was just the crossbow competition.
Right.
They didn't do anything or the other festival around the balestra.
So Kathy, you can probably answer this. Amy Langston is asking, how might someone get to Sansepolcro?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Amy,
get to Sansepolcro on their own? No.
Yes.
Right. Amy, are you asking with regard to flying there, which airport to get in, to go into, or maybe you can type in the chat a little more specifics?
I meant that if you arrive in Italy, how is there a train station? Is there a bus station? If you arrive there by plane, how would you get from an airport to Sansepolcro?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. You would most likely take a train from either Florence or Rome, because those are the two main airports that we fly into usually. But you can fly into Milan or Venice or, you know, wherever, but you would get to Arezzo by train. And then from Arezzo, there are buses that are leaving periodically every hour or two from Arezzo to Sansepolcro. And it's about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the route and the bus driver, really. But so it would be from the airport on a train and then on a bus from the last little leg from Arezzo to Sansepolcro. And that's how you would negotiate public transportation to get there from any major airport.
And then Sarah, Dr. Tippett is asking how your children are and if schools are open.
Oh, my kids, they are doing well. They are driving me crazy. So So they survived the lockdown. I don't know if I'm going to survive this coming fall. The schools are open again, and I'm really happy about it as a mother, of course, so that at least in the morning my kids are going to school. All the schools in Italy, all the public ones, they are open, and inside the school, the rule is that the students, they have to wear a mask when it's not possible to maintain the social distancing. So that means that the social distancing inside the school is 1 meter one from another. And so they had to work during the summer and to reset the classroom in order to have, so that the kids, when they sit down, they can be at the right distance one from another. But everything is open again. And I mean, right now it has been almost a month, and at least we didn't have any trouble yet. So I hope that everything will go well. For what concerns university, I know that they have reopened in Italy, but some of them are kind of going online for some classes, and other classes are in presence. While the elementary school, middle school, and high school, they are all in presence.
Okay, any more questions? Lois Chambly says, thanks everybody, this was fun. I almost feel like I've been somewhere other than somewhere besides my house.
And I feel the same. I feel like I'm coming to the US.
Yes, yes. And we look forward to seeing you next week with Margarita. And
yes,
making
tiramisu.
Tiramisu. Yes, yes.
Definitely.
Thanks, everyone. And we will see you next Thursday at 5.
Thank you so much, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. A presto. And I hope to see you in Sansepolcro.
Yes.
Absolutely. Ciao, Sara.
Ciao. Good night. Almost midnight.